Shalom, everyone. How are you? Shabbat Shalom. Thank you for joining us, whether if you're on Zoom or Facebook. So today we have my brother, Ro'i, my ach. So he came back home today from after a month he was not home. And I asked him if he can share with us what he's doing in the army, what his unit is doing, especially during the Corona time. So we will talk, I will ask him some questions, and you are more than welcome also to ask questions. If you do it, please do it on the chat or on the comments on Facebook. And that's it. I think we can start.
Okay.
So first of all, Ro'i, if you can tell us a little bit about your unit, what are you doing on the daily life? If you will put on the side the Corona situation, what is like your daily missions? And that's it.
Okay, first of all, let me introduce myself. My name is Ro'i. I'm Adi's brother. I'm almost 21 years old, and I'm in the Search and Rescue unit. This is how it calls. So about my service, I'm already 2.5 years in Army since November 17, and almost.
Wait, I will just 2017. Just in Israel, we just say like we don't say the 2000. Just say the month and the last two digits on the year. So November 17.
Off duty almost 2 months from now. Yes. So the first question.
So the first question was, what unit are you part, and what is your daily missions? What is your main missions, and not related to the Corona? Okay. Like what you're doing when we don't have coronavirus.
So in our unit we have two situations, like kind of two modes. The first one is training mode, and the second one is routine secure. And the routine secure is mostly happened in the West Bank. The main thing that we're doing is kind of security missions, such as patrols, arresting, go to the villages, urban villages, and those kind of stuff. So this is the first mode. The second mode is training. Like we're training our main purpose, so such as rescue.
Mm-hmm.
So those kind of mods is in kind of routine. Few months we're at the West Bank making our routine security, and after that, after kind of 3 or 4 months, we have our training for 2 months. This is kind of how it works. So last month we done our routine security, and then we came to a training. It was, I don't know if it was kind of a coincidence, but as we started training, all the coronavirus started around, and the country started to use our units to actually do the coronavirus thing, how to take care of it. So our daily missions, not at the coronavirus, like our regular missions, are to do the security in the West Bank, and our main purpose to rescue to be
like to be on board, I think.
To be on board on duty while there's rocket launches on our country from Gaza, or kind of an earthquake that could crash our buildings. So our main mission is to rescue people from crashed buildings.
So if something like that is happening, you will be the first people to go there and help and rescue and do whatever you need to do.
Exactly.
Yeah.
The first people. So.
And where are you doing most of your security missions?
West Bank.
West Bank. Okay. Anna was asking, how do you spell your name?
Ro'i. R-O-I.
Yes, R-O-I. Pretty simple.
Yeah.
Anything else to add about your daily missions?
No.
Okay. I was curious because so in Israel, they talked about the coronavirus for a long time, even before we had anything in the country and anyone had the virus. So how do they let you know in the unit about the situation, and I mean, what you're going to do from now on?
Okay. Actually, we were in the middle of a rescue exercise, and they stopped it. It was I remember it was at midnight, and
They call everyone to.
Yeah,
they got everyone together. They call all the people in the unit to come together.
Yeah, they called all of us together, and they started to explain what's happened and then what's going to happen next. So they started telling us that all the coronavirus thing starting to increase, yeah, and our unit is going to be the first one to take care of it. So they started saying us not to think about our home, to kind of forget it.
And I will just say, I'm sorry, I'm interrupting. I know it's different, the army in Israel and in the US, because in the US, usually when you're in the army, you stay in your base for like months, 7 months, 8 months, a year. And in Israel, it's not like that. Usually you go home, some people every day, some people every other weekend, some people every weekend, some people after 3 weeks, I'm sorry. But usually it's not such a long period of time like you used to in the US Army. Wow. So I just wanted to mention that different because it's important. If they tell them like you might not see your home for a month, it's a long period of time for the soldiers unusual. Here.
It's very unusual. While I'm in the West Bank, my routine to coming back home is kind of once in 2 weeks, and while I'm on training, it's once in a week, every weekend. So now they told us that it's going to be an unusual situation and to be prepared not to come back home for a month at least. So this is how they started telling us about all the situation about the corona. And after that, they told us, you're starting to take care of everyone, and our units is going to be in front to fighting the virus. What does it mean? We add to the missions to purify
and clear.
Purify and clean places that can't take care of their own. For example, nursing house or special community places.
People with special needs.
People with special needs, those kinds of places. So our units needs to take care of those places, needs our help to purify all those places. This is my answer.
Okay. So I think you kind of answer it now, but what is special missions that you don't do on your daily life, you're doing now on your daily missions?
Okay, so
that you're doing now.
I will start with my daily. I will say it again. My daily missions are also to take our routine security, such as patrols and guards, and like how do I make that feel like kind of observing, yes, ambushes, those kind of stuff. Those are my daily missions, and also our main purpose to rescue. So those are like our daily and regular missions to do, and the unusual things that we did because of the coronavirus is all the purify and the cleaning, and also because of the coronavirus, lots of population can't go out from their houses to the shopping zone just due to their needs. So we had to make a packages to everyone, like tons of packages, and
food packages,
foods, and also like hygiene
things. Okay.
yes, and especially for Passover, and to give them away to everyone who can't take it by themselves. And also, again, it's mostly to people, adults, people who can do it by themselves.
Okay.
So those are the two missions that we did the most: all the purify and give away all the packages.
And about the purify, this is something that only your unit is doing, or also other units in the army are doing?
So in the army, our unit only.
Okay.
But there's also private companies that are doing this, and also firefighters are also doing it. But the army is doing it only for the special places who can take by themselves, because a company can just rent a private company to do it.
Right. Yeah. And also, from what I know, there's also like a place that you can call for, and this is the search and rescue unit is the one who operate the whole thing, that people can call and say if they need anything. Or there's like a huge operation I saw on the news, like there's a huge tent with all the soldiers next to the phones, like if they need anything. So they also like responding on the phone if someone need anything, and also really doing things like on the ground. And actually, I don't know if you saw on the flyer that I post about this conversation, on the background, this is Ro'i, while doing the thing that they need to do to clear and clarify whatever it is. So it's pretty interesting. There is a question. Do you feel that your unit has necessary preparation, training, supplies? If you had anything you need, if you were trained to that situation, and if you had enough supply to handle the situation and give to other people, you handed packages to resident people in streets. So what people did you give the package to?
Okay, so we've got a list of lots of address from the
like social security.
Yeah, so we got all the lists from there, and those lists are the people who the office knows they need those packages. So it wasn't just to give them away to people we saw. It was like on the list we drew every address and gave them.
Okay. So. And for the first question, if you felt that you as a unit and as a soldiers, the unit prepared you to situations like that?
About the purify, yes. In our advanced training, which started while I was 3 months in the army, we had few weeks that we trained about all the pure. It's called ABBA.
ABBA. In Hebrew, we can leave it in Hebrew. ABBA, because none of us know how to say it in English. So here you go. You learned something in Hebrew today. ABBA.
Yeah, it's also our also main missions, such as the rescue, is also to be prepared to a chemical or biologic attack on Israel. So it's also kind of same. כאילו אותו מענה, כמו שיש מתקפה כימית על ישראל, אז זה אותו עיקרון כמו לתאר.
The same idea.
Yeah, it's kind of the same idea when there is a biologic attack on Israel, and
it will be they will have the same response. They will respond the same.
Yeah, the same puring.
Yeah. In America, the military brings anxiety, but are you more welcome as a military presence in Israel? If I understand correctly, I think I can answer it because I'm not in the army anymore. In Israel, we look at the soldiers as something really good and positive, because also we have the thinking that because everyone are going to the army, so we all appreciate it. I mean, of course, some not, but most of the people appreciate it. And we all know it's 18, 19, 20 years old kids who do that. And we have, I think most of us have respect to soldiers. And the fact that soldiers, you know, helping with situations like that, it's something that just we as civilians, we appreciate it and we take care of them. And, you know, if something even happened, for God forbid, like a war or something like that, the whole country is coming together, you know, to bring packages to the soldiers. If it's like socks, if it's candies, cookies, like everything you can think of, because this is our soldiers, this is the people army. So I think this is the how we look on the soldiers. Okay, let's see my next question. What challenges did you had the last month when you start handling with all the coronavirus thing?
Okay, first of all, the main challenge is not to come back home, not to see the house, because I'm not usual to, it's not regular for me to stay such a long time in the army. So this was the kind of the main challenge. And I think the also challenges that I had are do the same missions again and again and again. All the purify and do it kind of in a daily routine is exhausting. So this was also a pretty big challenge.
Okay. I will just say, people on Facebook, hi, shalom. If you have any questions, you can write on comments. I can see that. How do you think the next, let's go month or 2 months, are going to look like? I mean, you're going back on Sunday.
Yeah, I'm going back on Sunday. I think we are going to continue this routine, also purify and go do the packages giveaway again and again, just until all the thing about the corona going to be more relaxed and calm, and then slowly we're going back to our normal and go back to the West Bank to do our routine secure back again.
Okay. We have a question here. Are you ever scared when you are patrolling in the West Bank? I hope Mom is not watching. No, I'm kidding.
Yes and no, because because everything could happen to you as a soldier next to those our villages. Yes, it could be a chance that someone is watching you and wants to kill you or to hurt you, but also you know that you're very protected and well trained to do something. If someone going to hurt you, you know what to do back, you know that you're protected, you know that you have your back, just to attack back. So I think so, as I said before, it's yes or no, but I also think that, I don't know, to drive every day just to equal those things, to drive every day in a highway, I think it's the same risk to do those stuff, because yes, I know that I'm well protected and I can handle it pretty well.
Okay. It's a question, it's not related to the corona, it's more about the security in the West Bank. Mm-hmm. Did you learn, or did you feel that you learned anything new, or your perspective has changed since you do the security missions in the West Bank?
Yes, absolutely. Before I joined the army, I saw on the news, actually the news always shows us all the bad things that happen in the West Bank and all the bad people who make the bad things like the terrorists and stuff. But when I actually saw it in my eyes, when I enter a village and I enter a house, I saw the real civilians in there, and you understand that there is a very, very, very small people and small part of the population that really wants to hurt you. And almost everyone, and the big part of them, just want to make peace with you and to just have a really good communication with you. And I also got food and drink and hello saying from people, from Arab people, from Palestine people, and a very good conversation from them. So yes, when I actually physically was on those places and talk with those people, I understand that it's they're not like in the news. They're just regular people, and that's all.
Okay. Margot is asking on Facebook, are you or any unit also helping cleaning areas for residents in the West Bank?
Okay. No, it's not our part. Maybe other units, I don't know, but I know that my units is mainly do it in the main cities in Israel itself, such as Jerusalem, Nebrak, Ashdod, Ashkelon, those kind of cities.
Okay. We have another question here. Do you feel like everything is calmer and not as violent now, that everyone is hunkered down on their homes, more concerned with the coronavirus?
Actually, I don't think I really can answer this question because since all the coronavirus started, I left West Bank. So I don't really know about what's happened there because I'm mainly in those cities that were purified. So I don't know about the West Bank if it's more calm. I assume it does, but I don't really know about it.
I think also from what we hear on the news, I didn't hear that something is going on there. I think it's really something that it's really worldwide. And also there, I think people are trying to stay home, and I feel like the coronavirus, won everything, like all the situations and everything, and now everyone are focusing the virus and not other thing. I might be wrong. It's only from what I'm hearing or not hearing on the media. Let's see. Do you have any questions here on or Zoom or on Facebook? Yeah, it really brings hope. I hope things will, remain calm and safe. Any other questions before we will say goodbye? Okay. Let me just check on the Facebook to see that we're not missing anything. Okay. So if you have any question that you think about it later, you can send me a message on Facebook or email me, and I will ask Ro'i. Thank you so much for joining us. Shabbat Shalom. להתראות. Stay safe and healthy. רועי, תודה רבה.
בכיף. You're welcome.
And we will see you next time.
Bye bye.
להתראות.